From Nashville's WSM Radio, the original home of the Grand Ole Opry, this is a Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast.
Hey, it's Charlie Matos, and in this episode, we sit down with a terrific young singer-songwriter by the name of Maggie Baugh. Maggie's been coming to see us for years, and we had a brand new single to talk about, plus a debut performance in just a few weeks in March at the Ryman Auditorium. Enjoy our Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast with Maggie Baugh.
Welcome back in, everybody. It's Coffee, Country, and Cody. Kelly Sutton here, and we just welcomed into the studio Maggie Baugh.
Hi.
It's good to see you.
It's so good to see you. I was trying to think the last time when I was
here.
It's been a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are happy to have you back in the studio with us.
But you know, it's almost 5 years to the day from the first time you came and saw us.
Stop. I'm going to cry. That's
February
cute.
1st, 2018.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, 5 years.
Oh, my gosh. That is so cute.
So how old would you have been then?
I would have I was 17, so I might have if it was February, you said, then I was about to turn 18 in March. Wow. So I was 17, and I turned 23 next month.
What? I mean, that's unbelievable to think about a 17-year-old walking in here and doing an interview on WSM versus now a almost 23-year-old.
Yes.
What have you learned in that span?
Oh, I was about to say I still say like and just as much. So
Do you feel like your music obviously has changed?
Oh, absolutely. I'm really excited that I got to, live life a little longer, and I was able to come up with more experiences. And in that time, I moved to Nashville. So I wasn't even living here. I was still in Florida. I was just here visiting, and then I moved to Nashville I would say that summer in June. I moved to Nashville, and I've been here ever since.
That is one of those things that you have to live through it and then remember back how hard that decision probably was, because there are so many people that are probably watching and listening right now that are on the fence. Do I move to Nashville? Do I just try to do it remotely? Can I just, make a name for myself here in my hometown? What was that journey like for you?
I did make a name for myself in my hometown. Well, I wouldn't say I'm a big deal, but
you're a big deal, Maggie Baugh.
I've definitely played a lot of shows down there, and I was doing the circuits, and I graduated high school. It was very important for me to at least have that. I wasn't 100% sure I was going to go to college, so I wanted to make sure I at least lived out as much of my high school as I possibly could while still building a name and playing in Florida and getting my reps in for shows. But I'm the kind of person that's just like, why not? At the end of my life, I don't want to regret anything. I just want to do it. Life is short. Why not? Let's just, just do it.
Jump in.
That is my biggest piece of advice, I'd say, is why not? You're already at no with so many people. So if you ask and you happen to find a yes, then that's just a bonus. But you're already at a no, so you might as well just, keep knocking down the wall.
It's interesting, too. It's crazy how much things have changed just in the 5 years since you've come to see us. Because, not that TikTok wasn't invented then, but, that format has exploded in that time. And to be able to be savvy enough to know where to go with stuff, it's a big part of things,
Yes, it is definitely one of those things that you have to learn along the way. And, it's just me, and I want to connect with my fans as much as possible. So it's a lot of trial and error. Absolutely, for sure.
Let's talk about that, because you are doing a real fun, I don't know if you want to call it a series, but you do Finish the Lick.
Yes.
On TikTok. So how did that start, and tell everybody what it is?
So what's funny is I actually missed the boat right when TikTok came out. I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to do it. My personality, I'm such a goofball. And sometimes when I try to capture that on my phone, it doesn't really come across very well. I wanted it to come across very genuine, and I didn't think that was what was happening.
Okay.
So I just never really knew what my thing was, what my niche was on how I can connect with people through such an immediate platform like that. And it wasn't until March of 2021 where I was just playing guitar in my room, and I was like, it would be really cool if someone asked me right now to finish this riff, and finish the lyric was really big on TikTok at the time. So I was like, how can I come up with something a little different but is still familiar to the ear? So Finish the Lick is what I did. Instead of Finish the Lyric, it was Finish the Lick. And so I started playing guitar on TikTok, which, if you don't know what it is, someone plays a rock and roll guitar riff in front of you, and you have to match it or finish the rest of it.
Yeah.
And that boomed my TikTok. Right after that, I didn't have that many followers to begin with, and then all of a sudden started posting a bunch of videos, and that's kind of what blew up my social media, was doing that guitar riff challenge.
That's amazing. So where are you at right now with followers?
I have about almost 300,000 followers on TikTok.
Wow.
I think I'm like at 290,000.
Wow. Isn't that crazy? And we were talking about this with other people that have really found like this huge wealth of success on TikTok. It's hard to imagine that there are 300,000 people on the other end of that. But then when they start to comment and you see it, you're like, oh, these are real people. This is not like a robot.
Yeah, these are real humans.
These are real humans. What do you feel has been the biggest feedback? Like, what lick got the most views and which one had the biggest feedback with your fans?
It was two. It was Beat It by Michael Jackson was the first one. And then it was Thunderstruck. That was the second one. Both of those are almost at 6 million views on TikTok.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Do you remember, I think it was Averiana we had in studio.
She's amazing.
And had a similar thing. And like she goes, like she went from no views to like a million the next morning, and she's like, "Mom, look!" And she goes, "Avery, those are not real people.
Those are not real people." That's exactly
but
right.
But they are real people. That's the crazy thing, you know.
So then, when you start to put out your new stuff, and we have a new song that we're going to play coming up in just a few minutes, so stay tuned for that. But when you start putting out your new stuff, do you test it with them? Do you give them a sample of that and get some of the feedback?
I do. I've been testing it a lot. One thing that I really loved with testing I Met You was I actually got to play it live. Performing is one of my favorite things to do in the entire world. One day I want to win Entertainer of the Year. But being on stage is one of my favorite things to do, and I feel like there's nothing better than actually having real-time reactions than in a crowd. And I was really fortunate enough to go on tour with Home Free in September and December, and I played I Met You live, and lots of people after came up to me at the merch booth and were like, "We have to hear this song. Like, that song really resonated with me. I could play that at my wedding." It was multiple different feedbacks and perspectives that I hadn't even think of. I didn't think of any of it, and it was really cool to get the real-time feedback where they were coming right after my show being like, "I need that song." And it wasn't until those moments where I was like, okay, well, this is real, like, we have to put it out.
That is so cool. We're going to play I Met You coming up in just a few moments. You brought us in some sweet treats.
Oh, my
because
goodness.
you are releasing this song on the 10th tomorrow, which is just in time for Valentine's Day.
Or tonight at midnight, Eastern time.
Tonight at midnight. That's right. That's right. Okay, so you brought us these sweet little cookies.
Yeah.
And I've got the one that has your name on it, but then you also have some that say I met you. Thank you for bringing these in. Who did these for you?
Oh my gosh, her name is Ashton. She's originally from Florida, which is actually my hometown as well. But she lives here, and her handle is Bolo Ty Baker on Instagram.
Oh, I love that.
So make sure you go check her out. She's amazing.
Well, and I can just see all the merch too. Do you already have some merch ideas for this song? Like
I do.
T-shirts
I
and
do
things?
have a lot of merch ideas. I gotta get on it.
That's perfect. Okay, so since we are heading into Valentine's Day, what's the best Valentine's Day gift you've ever gotten?
Oh my goodness. I have to think about that because I have to remember, in high school I had boyfriends, but I was kind of just like, yeah, I'm moving to Nashville and we're never going to date.
She's like, you're fine for now.
Yeah,
don't get too attached, boys. Don't get too attached.
I don't know. I mean, I'm still a sucker for roses. I know that the song Flowers by Miley Cyrus is going around. Like, I could buy my own flowers. No, I want you to buy me flowers.
That's right. That's
cool
right.
with a guy buying me flowers.
I totally agree with that. Taking notes over here?
Yes, yes, not forgetting.
Mental notes.
Yes.
Ladies still like flowers. We
do.
still like chocolate.
Absolutely.
We like all of
Like
those
little
things.
teddy bears, like all the cheesy stuff that you didn't think we'd like. We like.
All right. So tell us about I Met You. Where did you write it?
I wrote it with a good friend of mine, Kate Hastings and Elena Jones. It was our very first write. So, in Nashville, that can go one of two ways. You can get a smash, or it's like, hey, cool, we get to know each other. Let's find another time to write. But it was our first write, and my producer and I actually recorded it in Alabama. So unlike my other songs, which I always record here, we decided to take a weekend and go to a little studio called East Avalon Records down in Muscle Shoals.
Ooh.
And we spent the weekend just making music and just spending like multiple hours on different sounds, like doing things that music was 10 years ago, where it's not like, hey, we only have 4 hours, whatever you get at Soundstage, that's it.
Yeah.
We actually had a weekend and multiple different hours to find the sounds that we wanted and really find the direction. And it was a product of genuinely just hanging out, making music.
We're playing it right now, everybody. I Met You. It's Maggie Baugh on WSM and Circle Television all around the world.
I've I've been cheated on, I've been leaving, disguised as forever. I've been...
Maggie Baugh hanging out with us in the studio ahead of the release of her song, I Met You, out tonight at midnight. I love that you pointed that out. I was like, yeah, it comes out tomorrow. And you're like, well, technically
11 p.m. Central Standard Time.
There you go.
So will you be awake at 11 Central Standard Time waiting for
I keep
release
going back
day?
and forth. I'm going to have like a little small get-together with my friends tonight to kind of celebrate, but that's like at 6:30, like a normal time.
Right.
And then we'll see if I'm going to be staying up till 11.
Okay.
Where I could post. I always like to stay up till 11, like in bed, and be like, yay, and then I go to bed, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So set the alarm for 10:55 just in case you goes off to wake back up. You know?
You're like, there it is. Here it is. It's out to the world. And now I'm going to sleep. So when you do things like that on TikTok, is that the primary place that you live? Is TikTok? Do you do a lot of stuff on Instagram? How is social media really playing a role in your career right now?
I do everything. You know, I love posting on Instagram. I've been posting a lot on YouTube. It's just trying to grow each social media at a time, but it reaches a different audience. Like what I'd post on Instagram isn't necessarily what I'd want to post on TikTok because the audience is a little different. Same with YouTube. So it's a little interesting trying to figure out and navigate that, but it's been really fun and I've learned a lot and it's been really great to have just maximize the support on across all platforms.
Well, and I'll tell you who's incredible at that is Home Free. You were out with the Home Free guys and we were talking about their fan base and how incredible they are, and they're really, really smart about marketing themselves online. And I mean, that's part of it now.
They're called Home Fries.
The Home Fries. For sure. Yeah. The Home Fries are rabid, man. They love it. And you are playing a show with them coming up. Tell everybody where it's going to be.
Guys, it's the rescheduled date from December 23rd. We're going to be at the Ryman Auditorium March 5th. I'm so excited.
That's amazing. You've never played the Ryman before.
Never played either one of them, Ryman or the Opry.
Wow.
So it'll be my first time.
And we can guarantee it will not be 19 below zero.
No.
Oh my gosh.
On March at the Ryman.
Wait, that was when because I remember the Home Free guys had to cancel that. We had ice. We had some really crazy weather. Mark Wills was going to be there, and I was at the Opry that night. And Mark comes walking in, and we're all like, "Wait, is he on the list?" I didn't know he was going to be here. And he said, "You know, it got canceled, so I thought I'd pop in." But yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to seeing you guys at the Ryman.
I'm so excited. We're going to be playing our duet. Well, hopefully, we're going to be playing our duet, but don't quote me on that.
Okay, all right, good stuff.
Now, you've been to the Ryman for a show?
I've been to the Ryman for show. I've been to the Opry for shows, but I've never played or I've stepped on the stage because I've done the backstage tours, but I've never played or been my own artist or performed on there.
Wow.
Ah, that's amazing. Well, and we were just telling her all of the little secrets and things that you need to know if you're going to be backstage at the Ryman.
Quirks is the best
answer.
answer.
It's like, okay, the bathrooms are on the second floor, so if you have on heels and you've got to go early so you're not like running down the stairs.
That's why I don't wear heels anymore at the Ryman. It just messes me up on the second floor.
It's very true. You've got your guitar and you're going to play a song for us now. This one, is it released or is this kind of new?
It's not released yet. I wrote it a few weeks ago, but it's one of my favorite songs that I've written so far. I feel like my last song that I always write is one of my favorite songs. Sure. Hopefully it'll come out in April. We're in the studio right now and we're going to be releasing a ton of new music this year. But I'll give you guys a sneak peek.
Oh.
By the way, you said you went down to Muscle Shoals to record this last one. That city's got a vibe. Do you kind of feel the music vibe in that place?
I do. Yeah. There's something so genuine about it. It's just super laid back and everyone just is genuinely supporting each other. And it's so much fun to be able to be creative there. I don't really feel like there's a lot of pressure from the big city. You can do a bunch of stuff and just like be like, yeah, let's just go get like a beer and then come back. And then you get to hang out and record till 10 p.m. again. And so there's no limits to what you can do creatively. And I really loved immersing myself in that vibe.
That's so good. Okay, so this one's called From Where I'm Standing.
Yes.
Give us the backstory.
Like I said before in our earlier interview, I'm definitely the kind of person, it's like life, no regrets. Let's just do everything that we possibly can. But with that being said, I've never been the kind of person that lives in the moment. I've always been like, okay, what's next? I'm good at now celebrating my little moments, but I'm never holding on to them too long. I'm just like, okay, that was yesterday. Now what can we do? But was talking to my co-writers about it, and I was like, there's a lot of songs that I've written about what I want to do down the road, but there's nothing doing from where I'm standing right now. I'm okay. I'm good. Like I'm okay with my life from where I'm standing. Life is pretty good from where I'm standing. So that's the backstory of the song.
All right, here it is, everybody. This is Maggie Baugh from Where I'm Standing.
Every stop sign I roll through, all the tickets are barely paid. Every phone call missed from back home, I call back a little too late. Every friend that I've lost, and I've gained along the way. Every choice where I chose wrong was a lesson learned.
I love it.
Thank you.
You looked down and I was like, oh, she's got the lyrics there, because there's a lot of words in that song.
It's early.
Girl. But it's new. It's new.
It is. I wrote it like a few weeks ago.
Wow.
I really love that song.
And the cool, and you could go, and the amazing thing with that song is you could go almost any direction. You could make it poppy, you could make it really country, you could make it bluegrass. It works on every genre. It's well done. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, good
And
stuff.
I can also just kind of storyboard the video in my head of like you and all these different places, and it's always focused on you. Maybe slow motion behind. I'll help you. We'll
my
get
gosh,
together.
I'm so down. I haven't even gotten to that section yet.
Every time
let's do it together.
When I hear songs, it's like I see, and man, that is just going to be gorgeous.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything.
Thanks.
Coming up, you're doing Third and Lindsley on the 16th.
Yes, with Shane Prophet.
We adore him.
Just worked the Opry with him. Yeah, good guy.
We need
Good
to say that about me
Adore
one day.
him.
Yes.
Girl, you're amazing. We love you so much. New song is coming out tonight, everybody. I Met You. Maggie Baugh in studio. Look how much we love her. Our heart is around Maggie Baugh with the cookies. Thank you for coming to see us.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. We'll be back after this.
Forgiveness in places I never knew I needed. I'm been strong.
Thanks for listening to the Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And please leave us a 5-star review. This podcast was produced through the facilities of WSM Radio in Nashville, Tennessee. The hosts of Coffee, Country, and Cody are Bill Cody, Charlie Matos, and Kelly Sutton. Producer, Eric Markham. WSM General Manager and Director of Content and Programming, J. Patrick Tittle. Copyright 2023. Opry Entertainment Group Holdings, LLC.